Oh no. It's been a whole week. He's still stuck listening to that damn song.
He must be going mad.
He doesn't realize you can just turn off YouTube videos.
He's gone so crazy he can't aim properly.
Oh, now see, this is actually a lovely open space.
And we're about to meet a new enemy
Would
in just a couple seconds here.
Okay. I was about to ask if you would like to tell us about the new enemy, but...
They will introduce themselves.
About time. Ready for your orders, lads? Sir, yes, sir. I can't see any possessed around here, Captain. Just this man here. He's not wearing a gas mask. I can see that. You'll have to come with us, sir. Hey, perhaps you didn't hear me, sir.
Step aside.
You're coming with us. Like it or not. Surround him!
So these are the Riot Police. They're real bastards to fight, mainly because of their shields.
I think we could have just already assumed that they were bastards.
Yeah, I mean they are bastards, but they are also bastards to fight.
Guns.
Yep. So they have machine guns, and they're very relentless. And it is like kind of possible to get them into like specific situations where their shields are at their sides, but the best real strategy is just to hope you have shadow magic. You could also use chaos bombs to break their shields, and then once their shields are broken, you can defeat them. You can, you can also attack them from the back, but they have a habit of recorrecting their positions. They also have very enthusiastic voice acting.
It's too bad you can't just cast, like, fire to get around their shields.
Yeah, that is kind of annoying, but oh well. It's their demon, works well, but you have to be really quick because, of course, that time limit's hanging over you.
See, it's the wacky shit like this why I love the modern setting in this.
Yeah, same. You can just block the machine gun fire as well, but it breaks your combat flow.
Crush it! Crush it! Yeah!
See, when I saw that cutscene for the first time, my reaction was, that was a waste of a perfectly good heart. You should have just eaten it.
Oh my god. Just bite in like it's an apple.
Yeah, like human hearts are pretty hard to come by in this universe. Yeah, you should be munching down.
He drank it through his wrist. It's fine.
Oh no, you're saying he's eating and breathing through his skin now?
Sure, why not?
Or
Kojima had to get the idea from somewhere.
Exactly.
So this means that Quiet and Vamp are related.
Hey, let's go with that.
Yeah, also we got another needle in the Klydos there. We'll be looking at the Klydos challenges, I believe, in video 10. Dracula, master of broken circuit breakers. There are also moments of scripted infighting. So the police are in their natural environment, gunning down hapless citizens.
This game is vaguely topical for 2020.
Yeah, it's weird seeing games from like 5-10 years ago be very topical for 2020. I was doing like the December part of Persona 4 just the other day, and it was very topical for 2020 with people freaking out about like a fog that might kill people.
Also, I remember that.
A quick correction: it actually does turn out that the dragon pieces come in multiples, like the Dark Crystal did.
Oh,
I see.
Okay.
Also, this is some legend about Alucard the White Wolf. Or perhaps they just saw a dire wolf, who knows? There is a particular piece of lore a bit later on that explores how vampire romance as media is introduced in this universe, which I think is very funny. I think I may have talked about it in a previous part, but we'll get there at that later point. Also, look, it's the parking lot from the beginning of the modern day section.
Oh, hey, yeah.
It is.
Yeah, this part was hell to edit because I had to stitch multiple takes together, and you don't get a checkpoint until pretty late into this part.
Ew.
Bad design, Konami. Bad design. Oh.
Oh, great, it's more pigs. So I believe it's in this map that I show off another feature of the Riot Police, which is what happens if you leave one alive, or you kill it without doing a finishing move, which can make it pretty dangerous if you don't see it coming.
Hold your position!
There's just something about the quality of the voice acting in the Riot Police compared to other enemies, which I find quite intriguing.
Oh my.
Hamming up some generic lines. Ooh.
Yeah. I believe that happens even if you don't have any shadow magic. Like it's just a default animation. Okay, so it's not in this map, but later on you'll see there is a special condition to destroying Riot Police without exploding them. Also, I forgot to read this lore, so here it is in text form. This one's kind of important because it establishes that in-universe historians don't really know what happened in the prologue.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure we were the ones who beat Roland.
Yeah, I mean, the audience knows exactly what happens, but historians and the church don't know. In fact, they don't even know what happened to Dracula until like 300 years later.
Is it that they don't know, or is it that they're covering it up?
Well, they didn't know until about 1830, and then once they got pieces of evidence, they started covering it up. Also, this is how mastery works. I was a little incorrect last time. You can only get 100% mastery for a single move, and once you get 100%, that you then transfer it over to a universal mastery pool for that weapon.
I see.
Oh.
So this is Void Kata. If you're dealing with smaller enemies, like the minor enemies, this is a really useful move. It groups them all together and staggers them. However, this is also one of the rare moves that consumes magic no matter what. So even as I was showing it off, it still used up half of my magic bar. So I had to go back and refill it. Yeah, usually you don't consume magic. when just like carrying the sword around or doing basic moves. But when it comes to those bigger moves like Void Kata, it still uses up the magic bar. Dracula was just having some trouble there.
Decontamination area. Releasing decontaminating steam. Please wait.
I'm glad the voice isn't explaining this.
Opening.
That's not fair. You released the decontaminating steam, but you didn't read out the terms of service.
Physics?
Physics.
Don't worry about it.
The laws of physics are not in compliance with the religious doctrine of the Brotherhood of Light. They had to go.
AKA, if the developers didn't worry about it, neither am I.
It was not in God's will. Then again, God was killed off screen, so who cares? Yeah, it's worth remembering. God and Jesus Christ existed, past tense, in this universe.
I feel like they tried to go dark on this and just went for a bunch of cliches.
It has that distinct edginess to it. Oh, okay, so this is the point where we start seeing possessed citizens with guns.
Oh no!
And they introduce the shotgun guys first. Who at this point in the game, shotgun guys are probably the worst out of all the various gun types. Although they become surprisingly easy to deal with once you get a certain move later. But right now, shotgun guys are absolute nightmares. That being said, they have a really distinct tell. Like, their animations are really good. There's the sound that goes along with their move is really easy to tell apart. So they have it's really fair. Their move is quite fair, but it's also it really sucks when you get hit with it.
Yeah, it blows you back and deals a huge chunk of damage to you.
Yeah, I mean, it does this game's version of blowback, where you have to use quick recovery to get out of it. Speaking of blowback, etc., you've noticed a couple of bosses have a special move, which I call a disengage, where Dracula won't take damage, but he will be pushed back. And that's basically a way of the game trying to make it so that you cannot infinite combo certain bosses. And vice versa.
I see.
Oh.
Yeah, there will be a boss. There's no bosses in this video, but in the next video, in video 9, there's a boss that has some pretty obvious disengage moves that we'll be seeing. Also, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't see what move we got there. I know we transferred a master for one move. Did you guys happen to see what move that was?
I missed it?
I didn't.
I don't know.
Something with the gauntlet.
Yeah. Anyway, this could be a pretty annoying section because it brings back the sparks on the platforming, which we haven't seen in a while. Yeah, I had to crossfade a couple of times because the timing on these can be pretty annoying. And I've also mentioned before that I had to splice multiple takes together in certain areas. This was one of them. So there are 2 different checkpoints. So I want you to keep this in mind as I go down here to pick up this particular pain box. So as I run over to here, there's a checkpoint as you go up these stairs, which you don't see here because I crossfaded, but there is a checkpoint there. So just keep that in mind for a little later. Anyway, there's some enemies over here. They don't immediately see you. So we can try to ambush them with Stolas' cloak. And like I said, it's just during the Sciences District mostly, where you'll see the police and the citizens fighting.
I have to admit, the monster infighting's a nice touch.
Yeah, basically the only reason why Void Kata worked on the Riot Police is because I had Stolas' cloak, and the Riot Police happened to have his shield down. It normally wouldn't work on him. If you saw it in the corner there, because you didn't explode into giblets, and I didn't use a finishing move on him, the Riot Police will eventually explode after a couple of seconds if you just kill them normally.
Just on its own.
Yeah, and it does cause damage to both yourself and to any enemies nearby.
Are they like the Cobras or something? Like, do they have microbombs implanted in them?
Yeah, you can't hear it, but they scream, "The police!" before they die. I also haven't really talked about the dodge, which is surprisingly useful in particular contextual situations. I don't know if it's intentional, though. Like, there are certain enemies where you can cancel them out of their unblockable attacks just by dodging into them and knocking them on their ass.
Oh, no.
I thought that line was perfectly timed. Well, he seems to have fallen, sir. Mission accomplished. I can go back to base and make my report.
Nope. That is nice that you don't fall to your death. It zones you back in.
Yeah, that is pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm glad it didn't go the same route as Mirror of Fate in that regard.
Seriously, who puts fall damage in these games?
I think I was also trying to show off the Riot Police explosion here. And then I found myself trying to beat this guy without any shadow magic left. Also, you'll notice that if you leave him for too long, he regenerated some of his health. Yeah, when he was in that stunned state. I don't know if that's exclusive to the Riot Police or if it happens to other enemies as well. Because usually I just kill them too quickly to find out. Oh, so that's a pretty interesting statue. I like the Art Deco, not quite Art Deco / pretentious trash that's thrown around the city.
It's cool. It's a weird blend of modern and classical architecture.
That fire hydrant was actually a preserved art piece. You just destroyed it, Dracula, you monster. Alright, so here I'm going to show off the dodo. Normally, if you use a dodo that is too close to an actual collectible, you're not allowed to use it.
It's not the time. It's not the time. It's not the time.
But I was able to glitch it so that the dodo appears right next to the pain box here. And you can see him perching right there. Because thus far, I have not been very successful with the dodos. And so I decided while I was at it, why not use another dodo? And it turns out that there was another pain box very close to my location. But if you remember what I said earlier about checkpoints, you may know where this is going.
Uh-oh.
It's the same pain box I picked up earlier.
Oh, no.
This is on another take. Somehow the pain box deactivated.
Oh no. Why wouldn't that save?
I don't know.
That seems like a glitch.
Yeah, it probably is a glitch.
Like, it'd be funny if the dodo would keep bringing you back to that pain box and you could get unlimited shards.
So this is what historians in universe know about the Great Explosion, which is very little. Like, they thought it was dinosaurs originally. Like, it was a meteorite. Although it is interesting to see a universe where scientists are on the payroll of the church and not just ignored.
You know, that does remind
This
me of this
game-
thing I found out about the other day. Not really found out, but like,
Hold on. We got another elevator.
oh boy.
Sorry, you were saying?
I was looking up stuff relating to jury duty for reasons, and I did find out that you can't get out of it if you have like a medical related reason and a note from either a doctor or a Christian Science practitioner. So I guess they do have scientists working for the church.
In a very roundabout way. Yeah. I don't know how it works in the US, but in Canada, there are, if you have a particular job that makes you ineligible to fully commit to the length of a potential jury duty, you can get out of it. I don't know if that's how it works in the US, though.
It depends on the reasoning.
Yeah. Also, this is a minecart scrolling section. You don't want to go in there.
Oops.
Oops.
The layout of this level is pretty bad. Like, the exit is right there, right next to where the scroll is. But the way that this map is laid out, it makes you look like you have to solve some sort of puzzle to get past them and use the minecarts. Also, here's a nice little scroll about the infrastructure lore. They're basically building the subway around the remains of Dracula's castle. So, you thought the London Underground was complicated. Well, guess what? You're going to have to deal with the remains of the castle of the greatest vampire who ever lived.
Well, we ram a train through it.
Thank you for your understanding, the Provincial Department of Public Works.
At least the castle's geometry isn't changing every 100 years. I think.
Well, it did change once, considerably in the 1600s, and then never again. This never would have happened if they just hired Shinra to work on the subway.
Maybe that's why the lines just seem to get progressively longer. Maybe they're actually getting progressively longer.
That fan looks strange. I wonder if it's related to any powers we might get later. I don't know. Maybe it's just an incidental detail. Who knows?
Can't believe we found 47's vault.
Yeah. I'm like about 2/3 of the way through the game. There's a lot less stealth than I remember, but the stealth that is there, oh boy. Yeah, I could see why critics really hated it.
Buddy, it's just a cloud of bats. You don't have to hate the world over it.
Yeah. The Golgoth guards also appear to be saying something in like backwards speech. I tried fooling around with their sound files and they don't really seem to say anything. meaningful at least.
Access granted.
Different language, maybe?
Maybe. This animation, that animation of Dracula controlling the Golgoth guards reminds me a lot of the really rigid animations that are used in like Gmod machinima.
Oh god, yes.
I can see it.
It's like when they're like only controlling the legs and the head and torso are like brought up by it's like a puppet string, you know.
Decontamination. Let's go with that.
Yeah, this map is the one really, really bad stealth map. I hate it so.
The point does not seem immediately obvious.
Well, it's just to get to the end of the map, really. Also, the one saving grace you have during the stealth section is that you can dash during it, which actually makes your movement considerably faster compared to like the really slow sneaking that Dracula does normally.
That's good.
It actually makes the stealth mildly tolerable because you can kind of do some cheesing strategies with it. Oh shit, I forgot to put the music here. I'll have to add that later.
Whoops.
The illusion is ruined!
I think I've made the comparison once already, but this really does remind me of the Arkham games stealth.
But the Arkham games, the stealth was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in those games you were the predator,
and there were
not,
multiple
not
levels.
the prey.
Yeah.
And also the AI looked up on occasion. And it escalated, and it got further. This stealth is nothing like the Arkham games. Yeah, also the stealth is entirely line of sight. There's no sound at all, so you could dash, jump around behind them, whatever. It's kind of like the stealth from Gun, if you remember that Let's Play we did 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
I should give you the link to that Chaos. It's one of our earlier LPs, but it's really funny. Okay, so it's this last section, which threw me off, and I'm pretty sure it threw a lot of journalists off. By the way, there have been no checkpoints. I should point out since the Golgoths by the ladder. So this is the trap that. Oh wait, no, I must have cut out a lot of that before. So here's what you're supposed to do: is hide in the dark and turn into rat form. Now, if the Golgoth cards catch you, since I'm playing on hard, they can kill you in 2 hits with their massive fuck-off cannons. If you are playing on easy or normal, you might have enough time to run off and hide in the shadow portals and turn into rat form. Maybe. Not on hard. Nope. They will kill you dead where you stand.
They just shred you.
These biochemic scientists, on the other hand, they do not seem to care about the rats.
They probably should.
Yeah, they don't care.
I never realized these rats have giant-ass fangs.
Oh, yeah. They also have kind of adorable idle animations, too. As bad as the stealth as Dracula is, I will defend the rat sections. They are short enough and cute enough that I still like them. So I really want to like this train level. It has a lot of interesting ideas, but whoever was in charge of the set piece doesn't seem to really understand that there needs to be a sense of flow and connectivity between each section of the level. Like, individually, the set pieces are okay, but there's nothing that really connects them. You know, they're like train cars without the chain in between. See, look, that should be cool, but it's not telegraphed well.
It just kind of happened, and what is with the positioning of those handles?
There's no lead up. There's no lead up to any of this. It's like, I want to like it so badly, but it just doesn't work.
Oh, now you gotta fight this guy and Sundowner at the same time?
Well, I mean, you can't fight Sundowner. He's fucking invincible. You can, however, distract him with bats.
Alright, like, if that's the only payoff to the train level, almost worth it?
Like, yeah, this train level has many individual cool moments, but there's no coherent flow to it. Yeah, to use the old cliche, it is less than the sum of its parts. I want to like it. I really do. Also, you'd think you have to go back up there, and that's the part of the set piece. But no. What the game wants you to do is go back down a ladder and continue climbing into the car on the right side.
So we're in the never-ending tunnel right now.
Yes, yeah, this game uses the same trick that Uncharted 2 did for its train level, where it's a single track that loops around. And then, just to break up the pace, you have to wait for this Golgoth guard to turn around and possess him and to open the door to the next train car.
Yeah, I'm starting to see where the pacing on this would drive a man nuts.
Yeah, this is this just kind of happens. Nothing to it.
You don't look anything like your Tinder profile, sweetie. I will admit, the recurring fights with this particular member of Satan's Army are probably my favorite parts. Because they're like isolated arena fights, you've got nice backgrounds, you never fight him in the same kind of arena twice throughout this train level. I like these parts, are probably my favorite sections of the train level.
Yeah, no, he's cool. I like him. I mean, I can think of worse recurring enemies. And, like, he's no Kuze, but he's still pretty good.
It would be interesting to fight him in a sewer when he's also on a motorcycle with a lead pipe. That would be really cool.
Hell yeah, it would.
I know you have no idea what we're talking about, Roy, but trust me, you'll get there.
I will play Yakuza eventually.
And then you also get this set piece, which, again, interesting. Other games have done it better, but again, there's no payoff to it. And it as an end to this train level, or at least to like the outside of the train, it just doesn't feel very rewarding. Two of them. There are 2 intruders. Get your priorities straight.
So you're just having this fight on the train with some random scientists around.
You know, what's a good fight without an audience?
True.
I also like that he has, you know, special attacks just for this phase, where he'll climb on the walls and the ceiling.
I am the only one who lives forever. The next time you creep up on me from behind will be your last.
Zobek sent me. He feels you might need my help as you're still weak.
I can look after myself, boy. I don't need anyone's help. Least of all yours.
What are we looking for?
This train leads somewhere important. I saw many of their elite boarding it. Find where this leads, and we find the antidote.
I swear to God, if Ninja Gaiden over there is Alucard, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Well, it was they used a voice modifier. That is Zobek's lieutenant. That's the first time we've heard him speak. I don't know. What are your theories? There haven't been many other characters that have been introduced.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the only character that would come to mind would be, like, Alucard, but something tells me he wouldn't be in that role.
We'll see. We'll find out eventually who this mysterious character is and why he is in the employ of Zobek. I can't promise it'll make sense or that it'll be satisfactory, but it will be explained.
So par for the course for this game.
Yeah, pretty much.